Hello, writers. Welcome to this week's Writer's Tool Shed. We've got your new tools here in this example story. The once glorious bakery was now reduced to rubble. I lingered in the ruins, surrounded by spikes of metal and broken shards of glass. Everything had been battered to pieces and was now covered with grime and soot. But I could still see bits of napkin with the bakery logo still peeking through, and here and there a gauzy doily that we used to put out on the tables. I mused upon days gone by, before the tragic blunder that caused the explosion, when we served hundreds of customers a day and my biggest burden was waking up hours before dawn to set the dough to rise. Now, the rancid smells of burnt meat and seared metal filled my nostrils, and I felt the agony build inside me. Then I saw the fridge, door blackened but still standing. I stumbled toward it, mesmerized. Opening the door, I gasped. There was an entire cake left inside, untouched. I dug both my hands into frosting and cream. If I could devour the whole cake, would I also be able to swallow my misery and move forward? Okay, our first word here is rubble. It means loose, rough pieces of rock, metal, or other broken pieces of a structure. So you've got this building that's been crushed to rubble. When you're writing with it, you often hear rubble and then ruins in the same kind of context. But there's a slight difference that if you have the ruins of a building, you have the sense that some parts of it are still standing. Like you might have a wall that's like broken in half, but still half a wall, and that would be ruins. But rubble is just literally small pieces, like nothing is standing. It's all completely broken. Batter is a verb to repeatedly bang on or hit something with heavy force. They used to use battering rams to attack castles to try to break open the wall or break the gate down. When you're writing with it, batter has inside of that single word the sense of hitting something repeatedly. So if you're battering the door down, it is understood that you're hitting it over and over. Whereas sometimes you hear hammer, like I hammered the door, but hammer could easily be only once. It just means striking it forcefully. And so you would need to say, I hammered the door over and over again to get that same meaning. Muse is a verb to think slowly and deeply about something. You've got this maze inside this person's head, and if you're musing, you're just wandering through the maze, thinking and thinking. If you're writing with it, thinking about using the word muse versus wonder, like, oh, I wondered about the days gone by, or I mused on the days gone by. Wondering has more the sense of asking a question. You're thinking about, like, what if, or why. But if you're musing, you're not asking any questions necessarily, but you're just thinking and replaying it in your mind over and over. Rancid is an adjective, smelling sour or rotten because it has gone bad, like, oh, this rancid meat with the flies. If you're writing, rancid refers specifically to a smell or a taste. If you say rotten, then you're talking about the quality of the meat itself. So rotten meat has a rancid smell. Devour, to eat up the whole thing eagerly, hungrily. Kirby here is devouring all of this food just by sucking it into their mouth. When you're writing with it, devour versus gobble. When you gobble something, there's more chewing involved. It focuses more on the sound and the motion of the om nom 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 gobbling. But if you devour, the focus is on having eaten the entire thing. Like your mouth is opening, it's swallowing it up, it's just taking it in. No chewing necessary. And that's all for today.